Hello, welcome or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz and I will be guiding you on this journey today. I keep feeling called to make a little intro. I don't know, like it kind of almost feels like setting expectations. I'm not even, honestly, it keeps like cycling through my brain though to do it. And I feel like that alone is reason enough, to listen to it. So I'm not going to take any card. I'm just going to shuffle and I'm just going to blab for a second. I'm not going to take any cards that come out though, because this is going to be the intro for all 24 readings that I do, because I cannot repeat myself that many times. Like I will legitimately implode. So, tarot for me has always been a way of organizing my thoughts and feelings. When I first got into tarot myself, like some big life things happened. And I needed to organize my thoughts. I needed to organize my feelings, and which is very Virgo moon of me with my Cancer rising, right? It's like, that the over analyzing, write everything down. And literally that's what I did. I had a whole notebook, and I had a page dedicated to every single tarot card. And I went through every tarot deck I had at the time and I wrote down the keywords. I was watching tarot videos on YouTube myself. And anytime somebody would say something about a specific card that resonated with me or was like, ooh, that's actually a really cool perspective or way of like understanding that card or combination of cards. And I would write it down in my little notebook. And then I kind of expanded from there and started giving friends and family tarot readings. But anyway, all of that is to say, right? Like I'm not psychic. I'm not claiming to be psychic. I do know these cards and I trust the cards that come out. I trust the order that they do. I trust the message that is being given to me. So funny. There's the Queen of Swords. And also, that's why I explain each card, because it's definitely part of my own processing, but also giving you information on the cards so that you can use your own discernment. You can check in with your own intuition, because we all have it. And maybe I'm not saying what is coming through for you about a specific card, but that is very much a message for you to honor. So definitely pay attention to that, right? Like definitely pay attention to any type of whispers, feelings, just things that are dropping into your consciousness as you are watching these readings, because no doubt that is a message for you. I'm more than likely not predicting necessarily anything for you. I am probably confirming what you already know to be true in your situation. But also that is very important, right? Because, if you have confirmation that, again, right, like your thoughts, your feelings, the experience, the circumstance that you're going through right now is actually what is going on, then it almost like frees up the energy. It frees up some mind space, some consciousness, almost even like opens your receptors to what's next. Like, okay, that is true. I don't have to necessarily focus on that so much anymore and kind of, spin my wheels on that. But yeah, so again, right? I mean, I may not be predicting anything for you. It's interesting because like, I don't necessarily think that's like my purpose right now, but at the same time, like I do feel like that's changing a little bit for me. And I'm keeping my receptors open, right? Like I'm welcoming the energy, however it is going to change, if it does. who knows? So yeah, like I said, I'm here to confirm things. I mean, who knows? Possibly predict shit. But where I thought there was, okay. Like I thought there I saw a card that was turned over. And ultimately allow energy to flow. So anyway, I think that is all that I want to say. For the time being, I can't tell you. I have no clue if I'm going to repeat something similar in the next series of videos. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, it's interesting. We'll see what happens. We go where the energy takes us as long as it feels good. And it did. So we did it. And with that, we're going to get into the readings. Also, before we both forget, hit that subscribe button. Just go ahead and do it. Hit the like button. Leave a comment would be cool too. But yeah, okay. With that being said, let's get into the readings. Things are crazy over here. Okay. So I'm actually like a little bit short on time this time around. Like I only have a couple more days before it's going to be like 2 weeks or so before I sit down for another reading. So I was kind of like stressing out a little bit because I'm like, how am I going to get all of the 12 human design profile, oh my god, readings done, and then and part of me had just kind of resolved myself to not doing them, but then the idea occurred to me to just do them by type versus profile. So this is a reading for the manifestors, whatever kind of manifestor that you are. And this way I can just be sure to get them all done. So we have the Fool, we have the Tower, we have the Ace of Cups. Maybe one more card. Whoop. That was just way too many cards. So again, we have the Fool card, we have the Tower, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Five of Swords, and the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Judgment. Three of Pentacles. Let's see. Let's just kind of... I feel like the Fool is definitely very manifestor because it's going for it. Manifestors, they're yeah, I mean, this feels very manifestor-y, which honestly I just love because, again, right, I kind of decided, like on a whim-ish, to do the readings based on type. So I love that the first reading that I'm doing is like so perfect. Like it's kind of in alignment. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we start with the Fool card. Talk about initiating, right? I mean, truly following your own, like authority. Of course, you can be emotional authority, splenic, or ego, obviously, depending on what specific type of manifestor that you are. But, the Fool card talks about taking a leap of faith. It is trusting yourself. It's trusting the process. Even like in this specific Fool card, it feels like a sense of excitement. Like, woohoo, right? They already have a broom up under them too. So it's not even a matter of being caught once you take that step off the cliff, or like a proverbial net showing up for you. It is truly honing in on and trusting the next step. And also, I feel anytime the Fool card comes up, it's one of those things of like, there's no going back. There's already this sense of commitment, usually in the Fool card. Like they're already taking the step forward. So it's like the decision's been made, and really all there is to do is to move forward. Even, with this Tower card being next, I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I mean, even just look at the look on their face. Like hopefully, well, let's see. I know the light is kind of, that might be better. Like the look on their face, like they did that purposefully. It's almost kind of like there, it's done type of vibe. And I love that. I mean, the Tower card literally only affects the things that are no longer serving you. It could be sudden, unexpected change. There's a structure here, however that fits in your life. A way of being, a behavior pattern, a thought pattern, an identity. I mean, truly something that you have built, even if it was built for you, whatever it is, right? Like this person is like, that no longer belongs to me. And not only that, it's like burning the bridge, blowing that bitch up, because like there's no way you want to go over that bridge again. And also like you don't want other people, other energy to be able to make it across that bridge either. Truly like severing the connection. This poor little cat down here is a little caught off guard here. So, there could be people around you who are just kind of like, what the hell just happened? Right? Part of your authority is to inform. And it's only to inform the people who would directly be affected by whatever you're doing. And also, you're not asking permission. You're informing, right? And again, that really goes back to trusting your authority. If it's emotional authority, the emotional authority comes with the wave. There's you ride the high wave, and then you dip down to the low, you come to a neutral. So, with emotional authority, it is a little bit of an extended process, no doubt, though. You've already been through that. But again, waiting for the neutral. Splenic, trusting your gut, being able to hear it also. And I feel like, I'm not a manifestor, I'm a manifesting generator. But I feel like from what I understand with splenic authority, and of course, I mean, any of these things, I would love for you to share your experience and understanding about, your strategy and authority in the comments. I would love that. Like my first line would appreciate that. But it happens really fast. Boom. That gut thing. And then it's like ego or our mind kind of, that's when it starts like, I don't know, right? Like, so not even allowing an opportunity for your brain to kick in, right? Like just going with your gut. Ego, authority, following your heart, which is interesting too, that we have the Ace of Cups here. Emotions. I mean, really, that could actually encompass literally any of these authorities, actually. Emotions because of cups, splenic because of, gut, intuition, ego, heart, will, desires, what does your heart want? And of course, anyway, speaking of the mind, see how perfect this is actually turning out to be? We don't make decisions from the mind in human design because it's a pressure center, the head and the root. We don't make decisions from those places because right behind a thought, an idea, that drops into our consciousness, there's the immediate pressure behind it to do something with it. Or two, because like with swords, I see them as being the suit of ego, and we generally hear our ego in our minds, which is the equivalent to conditioning. And that's when, just all of the what ifs or the fears or the doubts or the, Brene Brown calls them gremlins, whatever, the stories, the why you should, why you shouldn't, kind of start wrestling like with yourself, right? This card actually also speaks about like being careful what you wish for. But the Five of Swords generally talks about a battle of wits. In this card, there's this one person who is doing some type of, spell or magic or whatever, right? But to me, like, it kind of seems like they have come prepared. There's this book is open down here. These other two people are just kind of standing there like, what the fuck, right? Like, but also, I mean, it could be because this person is hogging the spotlight. Because generally in the Five of Swords, there is one person who is more competitive. It's kind of like, a win at all cost type of vibe. And there's two other people that are usually on the short end of that deal. And it is about competition. It is about, winning at all costs, but also not like really recognizing the cost. I don't know. Like, I really don't feel like even this Five of Swords is a negative card. I really think that this is a time for you to focus on your path, your journey. Because clearly, like, there's something here that you're like, I'm done. That whole thing, done, right? There's this opportunity literally right behind it, right on the other side of it, where you're going to maybe even feel, of course, feelings with the cups. But it's like feeling like a weight has been lifted off of you or left off you. Okay, that's weird. Also, just feeling hopeful, ready for what's next, because an ace is brand new. Their cup is overflowing here, which is also feeding this little plant down here, which is also feeding this cat down here. So it's like this trickle effect. The decision that you are making, will be making, it is going to have a positive impact on other people. And it could just even be because of how, like, it's like you stepping into your power and then just recognizing how that that shifts other people's energies around you. And I think that's like even the cool thing about human design is truly how we are all connected. We all have a purpose, right? Like we all are affected by those around us globally or locally or, immediately within our vicinity. Even these two doves up here, we have the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And then like with the Five of Swords, again, like there might just be people too around you that are like, I just don't get it. Or also they might even, I was going to say fall off, but look, we have the Three of Pentacles here. No, they'll come around. That's just fear with them, whoever they are. Whoever they are. So the Two of Cups is between the Fool and the Tower card. This could be a relationship. And of course, it could be a business relationship, friendships, peer group, right? Friendships. Did I already say that? Business, romantic, platonic. Honestly, it could even be with yourself. Both of these people have their own cup. Their own cup is full. And that's what the Two of Cups for me is, right? Like both people come to this connection. However, whatever that is, business, romantic, platonic, whatever. Again, even with yourself, right? And they have their own full cup. So there's this like equal exchange happening. You're both on the same page. You're both emotionally available, or at least emotionally energetically on the same page. So it's not like out of whack because you have to pour out of your cup into somebody else's because they didn't come prepared or maybe they presented themselves a certain way and turns out they weren't. However that is, but this is like making the right connection, even, making decisions that are healthy for you, right? Like finding the right thing, finding the right opportunity. And then between the Tower and the Ace of Cups, we have the Judgment card. So it's interesting. We have the Fool and the Judgment card, only because this is pretty much at the end of the Fool's journey. This is where they started. This is where they are now, dancing to the beat of their own drum, creating their own music. Not so much worried about outside influences. This is a card before the World card. So there's transformation here too. Recognizing like how the path is going to change you and for you. And again, right? It's like being in your own energy, authority, like truly following your own nature. Right? Like that's what now like allows you to create this quote unquote music, right? Which is really just a frequency, right? So it's like, again, it's changing your vibe here. So the whole like frequency that you're putting off, it's going to attract different people. And it's literally nothing that you necessarily like consciously need to do other than following your own nature. I know, I'm going to beat that in. And just on its own, it starts changing things for you. Like, the people who can hear, not necessarily literally, but the people who are tuned into that frequency will be attracted to you, and vice versa. Like you'll be attracted to them too. You won't even see or be affected by anybody else, like outside of that. We have the Three of Pentacles between the Ace of Cups and the Five of Swords. And it's interesting, right? Because we have these three people on the Five of Swords that, one person is, kind of taking the reins here. The other two are like, But the Three of Pentacles is collaboration. So if you haven't been, or if you have been putting energy into, again, the wrong people, and it's because like your dial, your frequency was on the wrong, whatever, I'm trying to like think of like radio terms or something. Like it's not coming to me. Like if you weren't tuning into the correct frequency for whatever reason, right? Like conditioning, again, like I said, keeping yourself small, caring too much about what other people say or do, whatever that has been. Like I literally was just talking about how your frequency changing, the right people are going to hear it. This is all about like literally people working towards the same goal. Everybody doing their part. It's like a group project, but actually everybody does what they're supposed to do. And they do it well and they want to. Right? I mean, like you could meet people, like you could meet a projector who could really lay things out for you, guide you through it. You could meet a generator who has the energy, the desire, the, passion to do it. You can meet, of course, other manifestors, whatever. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to, I'm just going that route because we're talking human design, but truly, right, it literally is like making those connections. This is like, the deal here, right? Like sealing the deal over here. This is creating something in your own image, right? Like leveling up, transforming. This is actually putting in the work to like physically actualize this thing. And again, right, it's the right people, finding the right opportunity, meeting the right, the people that have the set of skills that you're, like looking for. We have the Emperor now at the bottom of the deck. We have 2 cards out here that talk about Mars. Mars is in Cancer right now. There is, I'm doing this reading on Saturday. I don't think I'm going to post it until Monday. As soon as I get it edited, whatever. But today there was a solar eclipse in Aries. Mars is also Scorpio. So, wherever those placements are for you, it doesn't even have to. The Fool card is Uranus. The Emperor is like taking charge. Also going for it, initiating, because it's a divine masculine. So we think of, masculine things. Initiating, right? Going for it, like, putting energy into it. Also coming up with a plan, being a leader. Fuck, I love this. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. This has been so cool. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.